Right then, deep breath. Let's talk about how our crystal ball performed now that the ball's actually been kicked. We started at the bridge and said, be sensible, pick a Chelsea attacker. For once, sensible was sexy. João Pedro nodded one in before the tea had cooled, and Enzo Fernandez added a penalty after the break. We also slagged the kid on the right, Estevao, who started and looked the part. What we didn't predict was the full VAR theme park. Fulham had one chalked off, and the checks took longer than your nan at the garden centre. But 2-0 Chelsea, and the armband chat landed on the right colour there. Wolves Everton next, and look, we said fine margins. The game said 5 goals, mate. I'll take the half win. We bigged up Grealish feeding runners and Ndiaye's timing, and that's exactly how Everton sliced it. 2 more assists for Jack, Ndiaye on the sheet, Dewsbury Hall thumping one, and Pickford busy enough late on to send half of Merseyside's blood pressure monitors into meltdown. The margin? Not fine at all. But the reads on Everton's routes were bang on. Over to Wareside, where we warned you about set pieces, game state, and late needle. Brentford nicked the lead, Sunderland equalised from the spot, and then Wilson Isidore went full limbs with a last gasp header. If you felt the Stadium of Light shake, that was just the South Stand auditioning for a Richter scale. Right idea, right chaos, right ending. Even if we'd earmarked Brentford's dark arts rather than the Black Cat's comeback script. Leeds Newcastle. Yeah, hands up. I said points by accumulation, not clean sheets. It finished 0-0. If you started a defender, you're smug. If you chased Vides, you're now pretending you meant to bank 2 appearance points all along. Elland Road did its part for noise. The Nets did their part for minimal laundry. Fair play, I wear that one. And then the pièce de résistance, the Dubravka captaincy bit. The logic was sound. Price, saves, United's wobbles. But the reality was Bruno Fernandes from the spot in stoppage time to make it 3-2. The chaos arrived, but our pirate ship hit the rocks. We did at least clock the basics. Dubravka signed on the 7th and had the shirt after starting versus Sunderland last week. Still, captaining a keeper at Old Trafford? That's the sort of story you tell after a pint, not before. We flew close to the sun and melted like an away-end pie. So what's the verdict on the pod this week? Chelsea call, tidy. Wolves Everton, ideas over exact scoreline, but the names were right. Sunderland Brentford, chaos foretold, chaos delivered. Leeds Newcastle, I owe you all a defensive apology. Dubravka captaincy, valiant nonsense, and yes, I'll take my medicine. Let's get ready for Sunday's games. Check out our previews for all of the fixtures on this channel. Bring your sense of humor, leave your hindsight at the door, and remember, we don't chase crazy. We invite it in for tea and a biscuit.